Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Welcome to 10 Luminous Emanations. And as usual, we will start with the words of the Ari and then connect with the translation of Rav Ashlag. So we know that the words of the Ari can be for us part of a meditation, that we can clear our thoughts, our mind from all the stress of the day or of the week. So if you want, just sit comfortable. Don't cross your legs and your hands. Don't hold nothing that you will be busy with. Just you can close your eyes if you want. Take a deep breath to your lower belly. Relax. Connect with the now, with the moment. And while I'm reading the verse from the Ari. לפני הצמצום היה אינסוף ממלא כל המציאות. דע כי טרם שנאצלו הנאצלים ונבראו הנבראים, היה אור עליון פשוט ממלא כל המציאות. ולא היה שום מקום פנוי בבחינת אוויר ריקני וחלל. אלא היה הכל ממולא מן אור אינסוף פשוט ההוא, ולא היה לו לא בחינת ראש ולא בחינת סוף, אלא הכל היה אור א' פשוט, שווה בהשוואה א', והוא הנקרא אור אינסוף. Beautiful. So last week we continued talking about the power of the thoughts, remember? The importance of the thoughts, the importance of us planting seeds, right? If we have a project or if usually when we want something, we already see it, right? We see the ending of it and then we take it in action. So it means it's called סוף מעשה במחשבה תחילה. It means like at the beginning of the thought, we have already the end of the result. Okay, so we talked about it, and the Rav Ashlag explained that in order for us to plant good seeds, as all of us would love to have, right? Because we want to see in the future, we like to see good fruits, good results, right? Unfortunately, we don't remember what we plant even today, right? But let's say that we would like to get better, right? And we would like to pay attention more and more to our thoughts, to our consciousness, and to our intentions. Because remember, first of all, I have a thought, then I say something, I'm using the power of the words, and sometimes we also take it in physical action, right? So the Kabbalists explain that everything starts with a thought. So if I can listen more and more to my thoughts, and I can choose which thoughts I would like to use, then I can pay attention and I can use the right words that related with the thoughts that I want to plant right now, that I want to create my own future. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. It sounds very simple. It is simple, but for us it's complicated. And why? Because we're not used to it. We're not trained to do that. We're just trained to be what? Like robots. Pam, 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 just talk 24/7, and we don't pay attention. So it's funny that Yuda said, it was on slow-mo, right? Like the recording. So what we're supposed to do? We're supposed to take a step back in our thoughts, and to do everything like a little bit slower, especially this month, right? This month it's the months of Gemini. Everything is fast, quick, right? So we know when we doing things in fast and quick way, without the right intention, without the right thought behind it, we will do mistakes, and then to fix the mistake will take more time. But if I can hold into my thoughts and I can choose which thoughts I would like to use, it doesn't mean we're not going to do mistakes, but we're going to do less mistakes. Because remember, we still have correction, okay? So yes, we want to be perfect. We want to be like the light, but we know to come to that place of perfection, it takes work. And we don't really like to work hard. We like to work, but not too hard, Let me just work that that I will feel that I'm doing something, but don't push me too much, right? Like, tranquilo. So, today we're going to continue. I'm happy that you like my Spanish words. I hope it will help you to remember the consciousness behind of what we just explained. So, Rabbi Shah continues and he's saying, מכוח הרצון להשפיע שבמאציל, נולד בהכרח הרצון לקבל בנאצל, והוא הכלי, שבתוכו מקבל הנאצל את שפרו. Now it's beautiful. The Rabbi Shah is saying, from the power of the desire to influence, to share, right? The light want to share. It gives birth to what? To the desire to receive from the vessel. So now the vessel that receive into himself what? The abundance from the Creator. Okay? Simple. Right? וזהו שאמר הרב ז"ל, שמתחילה היה אור אינסוף ברוך הוא ממלא כל המציאות. So he said, he repeat again the words of the Ari. He says, that the Ari explained that at the beginning, the light of the Creator fulfill the entire existence. It means it wasn't empty space. The entire existence was fulfilled. No empty space, right? Again, for us it's hard to understand because we live in the world of empty space. So it's hard for me to think in a way of there's no empty space. Because many times I fulfill one of the empty space, second after, I have another empty space, right? Mm-hmm. So we feel that most of the time, we are in empty space all the time. But it doesn't mean we're not growing. Remember, we correcting, right, 10 ספירות, we're climbing, but here is the ceiling of the floor, of the next floor, right? So we're reaching the ceiling, the opponent is waiting here, he tried to trick us. If we, let's say, we don't believe him, so let's say we win, up, we're climbing, but now we're reaching what? A new stage, but it's a new floor. So now I need to start again, it feels like I'm starting from the beginning, and again to climb another 10 ספירות. Here I will face more challenges, but there are different challenges. So this is why many times we don't get it. It's like, what's going on? I'm doing so much. I'm changing, I'm giving, I'm sharing, I'm restricting, and still I feel I'm fighting my opponent all day long. But you asked to win. You asked to be like the light. We all asked to be like the light, yes? It means this game in this world, right? Remember, we're supposed to achieve the level of what? 125 levels. But Rav Shah explained each level have different levels also, right? Endless of levels. It depends on me. So what does it mean? It means like we're going to feel like it's never ending story. I'm working and working, but we're supposed to work with excitement. Why? Because we need to see not just the empty cup. Usually we look at just on the empty cup. It's like, who look at the empty cup? Usually kids. Right? A kid asks from you, a milk or juice or water. And let's say you put like a little bit because you don't want them to spill it on the floor, right? So you put a little bit. What the kids right away is doing?
I want more.
No, I want more. So, but finish that, I give you more. No, I want more, right? Like now we start to negotiate, right? So he doesn't look about what you put for him. He look about what he missing in the cup. We're the same. We are kids. We're kind of adult. Remember one class we talked about being a kid or adult.
Yeah.
It's a choice. So most of the day we're looking on what? On the half-empty cup. What I'm missing, right? From one hand, it pushed me to do more, but from the other hand, I'm start to appreciate what I have. So it means it can happen that we doing a lot of work and we don't feel good. We don't feel happy. We don't feel excited. But just a second, if you stop for a second, say just a second, how old How old are you? How many things you really did in your life? How many things you already overcome in your life? You know, so if you make a list of the things that you did, right, already, you need first of all to appreciate what you did, you know? And you need to remember all the good things that the Creator give you till today. But it means, why the Creator give us what we have? Somehow, we earn it. We worked hard, we changed, right? And we earn it. But what's happened? The opponent always will show us what? The empty spaces. This is why when Rav Ashlag is saying, at the beginning you need to remember that the light fulfills the entire existence. No empty space. So for us it's very hard to think in a way of, what do you mean there's no empty space? I can't understand what do you mean. I have bills, I have this, I have that, I have that, I have this, all day long, you know, again. But we have to cleave ourselves with that place that there's no empty space. And it's the endless. Okay, so just connect with that thought. It's not about, I want to understand it, because we still live in this world of empty space, but I want to cleave with that energy. פירוש, כיוון שחשב השם יתברך להנות את הנבראים, והאור יתפשט ממנו, because the Creator want to fulfill the vessels, the creations, and make them happy. So the light the light that comes from the Creator, ויצא מלפניו. This is why we using the Kabbalists use the word the light, and not always using the word the Creator. So they're saying the light that come out from the Creator and fulfill the vessels. ויצא מלפניו כביכול תכף הוטבע באור הזה הרצון לקבל את הנאתו. So inside of this light that come from the Creator, engraved the desire to receive the fulfillment and the joy and the happiness from the Creator.
What? Say it again. Oh.
You can watch the recording after. Okay, I will try. Okay, let's say it again, okay?
Yeah, thank you.
The light that comes from the Creator, okay? It's called the light. Because this light went to the vessel, right? Remember, before that, it wasn't desire. Now the vessel being created, so the vessel have desire to receive, right?
Mm-hmm.
So he said in that specific light, engraved the energy, because each light have different energy. Engraved the desire to receive the happiness and the joy from the Creator. Because imagine, how do you know what does it mean happiness? How do you know what does it mean to feel joy? How do you know? Because we're talking about light. How do you know that right now, if I ask you, are you happy right now? You might tell me, I don't know, no, I'm okay. Are you happy? Are you feel the joy? Are you feel the taste of the light of the Creator? So it means I need to know what does it mean, because we're talking about different type of light. Are you still follow what I'm saying?
Yeah. No one is usually saying.
Sorry.
It's always the same.
Each type of light
That's different quality.
have different type of energy, different type of quality. What does it mean? It means, you know, that when we have desire, you know what we're looking for? We're looking for fulfillment, right?
Right.
Whatever that desire we're going to call it or name it, in the end of the day, I want to have fulfillment. If it's love, relationship, work, money, kids, whatever we want the fulfillment. I want to feel the joy and happiness. So why is that he reminds us here again? Remember, at the endless, the existence was full. No empty space. So why here I still feel empty space? Because still, you have the car, hopefully you get married, hopefully you have kids, you have a job, you have money, you pay your bills, right? So why are you still not happy? It's a question, no? Because physically we can work hard and have things. If you go to your home tonight, look around you. You have a lot of things in your house. But still you feel what? I'm missing more things. You want to buy more things. Just a second, maybe clear stuff from your house. Why you want to bring more? But always we feel what? I'm missing more. What do you miss? What we're really missing, we're missing the fulfillment from the light. So it means we might have a lot of 1% stuff without the 100% light of happiness and joy from the Creator inside of that 1%. And this is what we're talking about. Because when I have desire and I want something, we're working so hard to achieve the 1% of that matter. What about the 99? We're talking so much about the 99, right? But because I'm coming from the place of lack. So how we feel when we come from a place of lack?
Sad.
Hmm?
Sad and scared.
Okay, scared,
Sad.
But-
Nervous. Worried.
worried, right? So it means what we're doing, our start point, it's already from reactive place. We don't pay attention to it because I think, no, yes, I need to work hard to achieve that. I have to fulfill, right? But I'm already what? Reactive.
Yeah.
Just a second. When I want to achieve something, did I stop and say, just a second? Yes. Maybe I need it, maybe not, I don't know. How come that desire suddenly appeared? There's no, this parasha, we are in the week of Shlach Lecha. I really recommend, open the Zohar and read from verse 19. In this parasha till 27, right over there. Explain about the difference between a man and an animal. Behema, Adam or Behema. It's very, and he's saying, there's no coincidence. We stop believing and connecting with what? With cause and effect. With cause and effect. So if I'm not connecting with cause and effect, what's happened to us? We fall into 1%. So if I feel that I have lack in one of the areas in my life, right? I will give an example. What does it mean? Suddenly. Right? There's no suddenly. There's no random things happening. There's cause and effect. And this is what the Zohar speaks in this parasha, in this week. So imagine, right? You wake up in the morning and suddenly you have nothing to wear.
Oi.
No, suddenly. You know how many times you open the closet and it's full with clothes and you said, I have nothing to wear. Yes, you feel it. You felt it once. Something happened to men also. I have a lot of shirts and
Right.
I need to buy a new shirt. I have nothing to. What do you mean? Look how many shirts. Like pick one, right? Like what's going on?
It's true.
It's happened to us, no?
Yeah.
But there's no suddenly. So what's happened? Many times we can go to the mall, right? To buy something else, to buy an ice cream, to just have fun, to watch a movie. And suddenly, there is 80% off. Right? But maybe you don't need it. And you go inside of the store and you buy it. Whatever, the jeans, the dress, the shirt, right? This is why when you go home, and sometimes you see like all of those shirts or pants or whatever or skirt or dresses, and you said, oh, I have nothing to wear. You know why? All of those times that you bought it, and it don't belong to you, and there's no 99% in it, just the 1% because it's 80% off. Come on, I'm not going to miss it. Suddenly I have the budget, right, to buy it, because it's cost like a lot, and now 80%, so end of the season, so I'm going to buy it. But who told you you need it? Do you need it? Do you really need it? No, let me just have it. One day I will wear it. Then when you open the closet, most of what we have, maybe it doesn't belong to us. Maybe I bought it from that point of like, there's no energy in it. And you know what? I'm sure you're going to relate to what I'm saying. You have maybe like one or two shirts or one or two skirts or dresses that you always want to wear them.
Yeah.
Yes, you have something like that?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know.
But you're not putting it because what people will say, you know, like, they think I don't have clothes, right? Right?
Wear it all
They will
the
see me with the same clothes, right?
It's like,
Think about it. No, think about it. Why?
I don't know.
Why? I don't know. Why? Because those clothes that you have, somehow you connected, and when you bought them, you really need it, and there is also the energy of the light of the Creator in them in the way that you're supposed to reveal. It doesn't mean in the rest of the clothes you have there's no light of the Creator. In everything there is the light of the Creator. But those things might not belong to you. So maybe someone is supposed to buy them and they're actually stuck in your closet. Share them, share. Let people to enjoy.
Give them away.
Give them away. But what we think, no, you know, one day I'm going to lose weight and I'm going to wear it. And you save it from 16 years old, 20 years old, 30, whatever. So we're talking about light here, remember? We're not talking about just the physical clothing, just as an example to see how we behave in life. What does it mean? The existent, everything was full, no empty space. We're supposed to cleave ourselves with that place that no empty space. So let's say, you go to the mall, and there is 80%, 90%. Come, we pay you, just take, right? No, too much excitement. No. 80% off, okay? And you feel like, you know, like the body becomes a bit like, oh, yeah, I want to buy it, right? No problem, go. Put it on, check it out, you know, do whatever you need, right? If you have the time, do it. But now, after you like it and you hold it in your hand, in the way to the cashier, try it. It's amazing. I tried a few times. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. How does it work? Now, start to ask the right questions. Hold it in your hand. And you can start to walk even to be in the line, the cashier. And ask yourself the question, do I really need it? Do I really need it? Look at it. It's beautiful. Take even picture with you in the mirror. It looks amazing on me. I look gorgeous. But do I really need it? And you see, the more you're going to ask the question, suddenly you're not going to feel attachment to it anymore. And you're going to feel it just nothing, like matter. There's nothing in it. And then you look at it and say, like, do I supposed to, is that belong to me? This shirt, this skirt, this dress, does belong really to me? I supposed to wear it? I supposed to elevate light, the light of the Creator, the spark of the light of the Creator from this? Or not? That's it. Simple questions, no?
Mm-hmm.
You will see, like, many times, all your consciousness will transform and you're going to feel like, oh my God, I don't need it. Oh, thank God. You're going to put it back. Bye-bye, thank you, and you're going to leave. So you think you might waste time. No, you didn't waste time. Actually, you did a spiritual work. So you want to have less and less stuff in your home that you don't need, that you just buy because you don't know how to fulfill the lack, so you just put in stuff. No. I need to remember that at the endless, the entire existence, it's full. And we're supposed to live here like at the endless. It's on us. We ask for it. We ask for this deal. Okay? So we need to start to reduce the empty space in our consciousness. And why I'm giving an example from one person? Because we know it. We're doing it all the time. It can be with clothes, it can be with shoes, it can be with ice cream, with food, with restaurants, with like
Could be with
so
people
many things.
also.
With people, yes, for sure.
Filling in empty space.
Yes. So we need to pay more attention. Remember, to the thought, then to my words, and to the action. And to pay attention. So he's saying, ותשפוט גם כן שזה הרצון הוא כל מידת גודלו של האור המתפשט. He's saying that desire, according to the desire, that how much the light can enter into the vessel. Okay? So if you have small desire, small light. Big desire, big light. Depend on the desire. הוא כל מידת גודלו של האור המתפשט, כלומר, שמידת אורו ושפעו היא כפי השיעור שרוצה ליהנות. he's saying, לא פחות ולא יותר. The level and the quantity of the light, it's according the desire that the person, that the vessel, let's call it the vessel, that the vessel want to be fulfilled. Not more and not less. So if today, we're sitting tonight, right, in this classroom, and we have a lot of desires that didn't been fulfilled, right? So it doesn't make sense. Just a second, what do you mean? But I do want. Do you want more than what you have today?
Yes.
Just
Yes.
two women said yes.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Oh yes, yes, absolutely, okay. Yes. This is a nice desire, I can tell. Nice. Polite. This is polite desire. It's polite. Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you want? See kids. How kids?
Oh yeah.
Do you want ice cream? Yeah! Woo! They like shout, right? I didn't see a kid. Do you want ice cream? Yes. 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 Right? Like.
No, like Coca-Cola.
So what we need to, there are things we're supposed to stay as kids and be excited,
Yeah.
and there are things we need to be as adults. But we take it and we do the opposite. We're less excited as kids, and we're more like don't take responsibility as we suppose as adults, right? So he's saying, not more and not less. So today we have a lot of things that we feel we're missing, right? Why are we missing so many things? So there are different answers we can actually connect with, right? One, maybe it's false desires that we mentioned many, many times. Like we said, this you go to the mall, you don't need it, you just buy it, and other stuff that we don't really need. And we think if I have that, oh my God, I will be the happiest person in the world. And then you have it, and then, oh, no, it's not that, right? So it happens so many times. But he's saying, how much desire do you really have? So if you have true desire, the light will fulfill. But if I don't right now, I don't have the right fulfillment that I'm looking for, it means I might have small desire. So what does it mean, small desire? I'm not acting upon my desire. I'm still waiting that something will change. Yes? Mm-hmm. Think about it. Think about your life. Don't think about your neighbor, your husband, your wife, your girlfriend, boyfriend. No, your kids. No, think about you as a person. He says, how much do you want the light of the Creator? It's according to your desire. Desire doesn't mean just I want. It means after I say I want, or I have the idea of something, I need to act upon it. If I'm not acting upon it, how am I going to achieve it? How many times, we mentioned it many times, but how many times we want something, and in our mind it feels like it's so easy. Why? We have a dream. Wow, yeah, well, I'm going to do this and this and this business and that. I want to get married, have kids, have that, right? We have the whole picture. סוף מעשה מחשבה תחילה. So in the thought, it's like unbelievable life, right? Amazing. And I said, okay, let me start. And when you start, you said, wow, this is not what I was thinking, right? Yeah, I still have the vision, but I need to work hard to make it happen. Do you still have the same excitement? Depends, Some people, yes, and they continue push, and this is what you see, they're so successful in certain matters, not everything, right? Because they have this vision, they're like, continue no matter what, pushing. And then some people say, no, you know what, it's not for me. Not for me. So he says here, you can't complain actually. According to your desire, this is how much you're going to receive. So we can say I have a lot of desires, but they are not true desires. Remember what is a true desire? What does Zohar explain? What is a true desire, remember?
When you go after it. Something that you really want that you'll go after.
What does it mean?
Nothing's going to stop you.
But how? How can I reach that level of go after it? Because I need to have the power. How can I receive this power?
Prayer.
Okay. I gave you the answer a few times. You're supposed to remember it. Action, yeah. Movie star, yeah. Action. Choose. Before the action, this is what she said, before the action. Prayer is good, for sure. I was going to explain. If you don't have desire,
You pray
and you want to have desire for something to change, you need to pray to have desire to change it. If you don't have desire even to pray to have desire, you need to ask for desire to pray to have desire. And it's on and on and on until you got, it's unbelievable, it also works. Because why? When we want to change something, if you have the power to change it, just change it. But you don't have the power right now, right? So you need to pray for having desire to change what you want to change, okay? But remember what we say, what is the true desire? The Zohar explained that the information, the thought, come into the thoughts, right, the mind, and enter and sits on the heart. Then the heart processes it, and then the heart share the information with the rest of the body parts. And when the body parts agree to that desire, to that vision, they get together with the heart, and now all the body parts works as one. And now, this is a true desire. Now I can act upon it, and it says, nothing can stop a true desire. This is why you can see, thank God, those people that they invent things or whatever, day and night, just doing experiments till they find a solution. Or sometimes happen to us. We want something and we got the true desire and we just did it. Right? So he's saying so what does it mean? It means we received the right energy to help and support us to manifest what we need to manifest. How can I copy paste it to different areas in my life? This is the question we need to ask. Because if I already did it once, and all of us at least once in life we did something like that, doesn't have to be just something spiritual. Usually something physical, but somehow I have the power. Like this week, we're talking about the 10 people, the 12 people that Moshe sent to the land of Israel, right? So 2 of them didn't have they have the fear that they're not going to have the energy to be strong inside and to keep their consciousness. So Yoshua received the letter Yud, the protection, the energy of the light. And Kalev, he didn't have any support. What he did, it says, he ran toward where? Hebron, right? To Hebron. To Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. But it says in the way, it was like robberies and like different like people, very dangerous. They could kill him. But what he saw in his mind? Just the help of the fathers. He had that vision. So he didn't think about himself. He didn't have the fear, they're going to kill me. Because if we have the fear and what will happen or not, what's happened to us? We stop, we do nothing.
Yeah.
Right? Again, we can get the power. So we know when we have the desire, once enough even it's happened to us, we have this power, we didn't think about any fear, what people say, not say, we don't care about nothing. We just went and we just did it. That's it. Bam. We manifested. What does it mean? We all have that experience that the light of the Creator revealed through my vessel in a way that suddenly I felt that I'm one of the Avengers. Wow, I can do everything. I can win my opponent. I can control my opponent. So, if you think about it, if you go back in the past and think about things you did, you can say, oh my God, how I did it. It feels so stupid now, like, whoa, that was dangerous. If you go back and check but back then, no, because why? We have the protection of the light. We got the protection. How can I copy paste, again, not to do dangerous stuff, but how can I get that energy of the true desire? Because according to my desire, I can receive the light of the Creator. I can have the joy, the happiness. I remember Rav Ashlag saying that usually it starts with desire to receive for the oneself alone. It can suddenly you think about, I just want to share with people. First you need to have, then you can share. How you can share something you don't have? So I was saying, according the more desire to receive to oneself alone you have, like the biggest one, now you have something to transform into desire in the sake of sharing. So we're not supposed to reduce our desire to receive oneself alone. You need to have huge desire to receive oneself alone, and now transform it to desire to receive in the sake of sharing. So now you can share. Okay? ודוק, בזה והכן לשונו. אנו מכנים מהותו של הרצון לקבל המוטבע באור הזה, that energy that engraved, the desire to receive in this type of light, מכוח מחשבתו יתברך, it comes from where? From the thought of the Creator. Remember we said before that everything has been created with one thought. One thought, everything, all the details that we see, that we don't know exist even, everything being created with one thought. So it says this light comes from the power of the thought of the Creator. בשם מקום. עין דלת מם, באומרנו שאדם אחד יש לו מקום לקבל ספירות ליטרה לחם, והשני אינו יכול לאכול יותר מחצי ליטרה לחם. He says, he gives an example, that we can say that one person, you see two people sit in the same table, one can finish one loaf of bread, and one barely finish half. Right? So what's the difference? This guy is fat, this one is skinny. No, it's not about fat or skinny. They have different vessel, different capacity. The same with the light. How much do you want? This is how much you can receive. Not more and not less. And this is what the Ari telling us in Rav Ashlag. We can't complain. Everything exists. Everything is open. What do you want? You can achieve. It means if I really want something, remember we said also we need to have the desire, but also to ask the question if I really need it. The same way we said with the clothing or with the relationships or with food, right? If you really need it. So when I want something, really, 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 really want it, I need to be in the same place that if it's not for me, I'm willing to let go. I'm willing to let go. And I'm not going to feel attachment to it. No? So it doesn't matter if it's $2 million deal, as the Rav said many times, Imagine you need to close a deal of like $2 million, right? But $2 million come into your pocket. So the deal might be maybe more, right? Say in the building. And before you go to close the deal, you need to sit and to meditate and say, listen, if this deal, it's not mine, am I not supposed to do it? I don't want it. Can you imagine you can say that? And the Rav said, if you really trust the light, because how do you know that this deal in the future not going to create problems in your life? How do you know?
Yeah.
So if you just see the money, how do you know? But if you trust the light, and you said light, if that deal is not mine, I'm not supposed to do it, and it can give me problems or whatever, I don't want it. So imagine you go to the deal and really it's not yours, and something happens, and they don't sign the contract, right? So if you really connect, right, it's a test. So you're not going to feel attachment. Okay, thank God, light, thank you. But if it's yours, no problem. Chick, sign the contract, bam. You got the money, right? But not just with $2 million. We need to start to practice before we get into $2 million, right? We need to start to practice, like I said, when you go to the mall, with your ice cream, with your coffee, with like small things. Because when we going to start to do those, to ask those questions on the small things we're practicing, right? We can start to feel the energy. When you come into the big things, it's very hard to ask those questions. You just want the result. Just give me the result. And then, you know what? After I will ask in the next deal. Just give me now and after, So, no, it's,
It's true.
here it's easy. Now we're talking, so yes, it's true, right? But when we come to real life, it's not easy to manifest.
No.
It's not easy because I need the money, I need the fulfillment, I need this. Not just money. It can be friendship, right? Can be a work, can be a job. You can look for a job for whatever months, and now you got a job, but maybe it's not yours. How do you know? No, Kabbalah, it's good, but let me just now, let me go. Okay, but you start working there, and now your boss is doing like different problems to you, and now you don't feel happy. So now you're really excited again to wake up and go to this place?
No.
No. No. So the thing is, he says, remember, it doesn't mean we're not supposed to work and have money. We're supposed to have everything. But we need to start to practice to connect with that place that there's no empty space. And if I'm afraid to ask those questions, it means I'm like saying, it's okay, I'm okay with empty space. Light, thank you, but no thank you. I know what I'm doing. So then what happens? And I said, okay, my son, please, do whatever, Then what's happened to us? When our parents told us things, and we felt like, no, I know better, then we came, I'm sorry, you're right, what I can do, right? We're asking for help now. So we need to start to listen to what the Kabbalah is telling us. Just tune your thoughts. Listen more to your thoughts. Control what you want to say. Choose what you want to say, and then whatever action that you will take, you want them to manifest the best of the best at the end. So we have so many things that happens during the day and so fast that we have so many tasks and we feel like it's very hard for me to fulfill everything. This is why we need to take a step back and to take control and say, just a second. If I want to have end result at the end of the day, this is my business. This is my factory. This is my responsibility. I don't care. If I will take a step back, do more restriction, then I start to plant the seeds I want to plant. Again, doesn't mean I'm not going to do mistakes. I'm going to do less and less and less and less mistakes. Then I'm going to change the scales, like more energy, more light of mercy, more happiness, more joy, and less pain and suffering. Not just for me, for the people around me, and for the rest of the world. And this is how this works. We have to start to change the scales. But it starts from each one of us. Because each one of us is part of the huge chain. So each one of us is one link from that huge chain. Since creation. Okay? Let's listen to the Rav. Oh. It's going to come back soon.
Meaning by and within itself, nothing remains. That's right. This is the problem. The minute we go back to the world of, quote, physical reality, isn't that really what exists? Is there anything more than the physical reality? So along came the physicist, and he's trying to be mevalvel the moch, by telling us, you thought you saw the chair. You think you're looking at a microphone. Don't believe him. But he's already, he has the kabod and he has the credibility that we can begin maybe to believe him. Nobody questions it. But Rabbi Shimon said that 2,000 years ago. He was trying to give us an understanding of how to connect with the 99%. That's the most difficult thing. Because everything from a physical point of view seems to say no. No. Everything that what becomes manifest on the physical reality, that's amiti. That's truth. That which is not revealed on a physical level doesn't exist. And now we're saying just the opposite. That only that which did not become revealed on a physical reality level is amiti, is truth.
Wow.
That's why the footprint is on the beach when I only think a week before that I want to be on that beach. My walking already, my seeing myself on that beach, says the physicist and says the Mukubal, that imprint, 99%, is already there. Oh, wait a second. See it? Because that seeing is an illusion anyway. So this is the difficult part.
It's been like, remember what the Rav explained about the footprints on the sand, right? So also, think about our lives when we said that everything starts with a thought, right? So imagine, let's say, why the Rav said this is the difficult part, right? But when we have, let's say, argument with someone, a situation with someone, right? And we don't know how to deal with it, right? Where is the first place we're supposed to deal with it?
Emotion.
Where? In
Emotion.
our thoughts. Now, what does it mean in our thoughts, right? Yes, we affected by our emotions. This is why it's very hard for us to judge it in the right way. But if I can deal with my thoughts, so imagine what is my goal? What I want from that situation? How I want to solve the situation, okay? So each one of us have a different scenario, but at the end of the day, we want that both sides will be happy. If you choose that you want to be happy and the other person will be sad or you don't care, it can't really work because, again, what you do, you think about just yourself. So we need to have the light of the creator, we need to have circuitry, right? So imagine the thoughts, okay? Take a scenario, doing something, try it on. Try this, it's a meditation. Take a situation in your life and visualize, right? What do you want? How do you want the situation to be solved, right? And see everything. Because remember, you send in the thought, you send in the angels to the future, right? So send in your thoughts the same way that the Rav said. If you think now to be in California or to be here on the beach, you already put your footsteps, right over there. Footprints on the sand, right? Then you just walk in the same place that you thought that you're going to work. So imagine the situation, imagine the person, imagine what you want to say to the person, imagine how the person will answer you back, and imagine the end result. Usually you want the end result that both of you will be happy. Doesn't matter if your sister, brother, wife, close the deal, your partner. You want that both sides will be happy. Both sides need to be happy. There's not just one side, oh, that's me. No. This is what I mean. You want to bring the light into the business, the light into the situation. So what's happened? When we're going to do that, you will see that one day you will face the same scenario you actually meditate on. And you're going to, maybe, you can do it proactively, and you can go to the person when you feel ready, and you see like the same way you describe it, this is what will happen. Or sometimes you can forget about it, and bam, it will happen one day. And it's amazing. It's amazing. And this is what the Rav said. This is one of the part that's very, very difficult for us to do. It's very difficult. And remember, especially in our generation, it's hard for us to sit and to do those meditations or to visualize, or it's very hard. I rather to just pick the phone and talk and try to convince the person and than just sit for 5 minutes, open the Zohar, scan the Zohar, scan 17 numbers of God, do Ana Bekoach, use the tools, relax. Now visualize. Remember which thoughts you want to choose, which words you want to use, and which action you want to do. Like you want to make a phone call, you want to drive there, you want to go into a restaurant, what do you want to do? How you want to manifest it? That's very important. Because in the end of the day, you want to have what? The result you want to have. You want to solve the situation. So if we're not going to do that work with the light, with the thoughts of creation, because it says that the light wants to give everything, any fulfillment of happiness and joy to his creations. It means to be like the light, I need to have the thoughts of the light. I need to bring to the situation that thought. How can I manifest now the light of the Creator? That the other person, the other side, will feel also the light of the Creator. So I'm not the only one, because there are two sides to the coin. And they need to live together. Right? So also here, there is always the other party, the other side, the other person. So let's take this energy, especially this week, and transform our thoughts, our consciousness. We got a lot of insights. I hope you're going to remember everything, right? I hope you write some notes. I know Ziggy writes some notes for us, and he sends it every week, right? But also, it's not enough just to receive the notes and say thank you and like and smileys. We need to work with the notes, and we need to change, okay? Good luck, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And have a good night.
Thank you.